you tired of performing happiness? Of plastering on a brave face when you're secretly struggling? We're always told to just be positive, but what if that's the very advice that's driving you towards emotional burnout? So let's be real. You get zero, absolutely zero bonus points for suffering with a smile. In fact, that constant performance, the pressure to grin while your world feels like it's crumbling, it is one of the most exhausting things you can do. And it's a guaranteed way to feel disconnected from yourself and everyone around you. So today, we're tearing down the good vibes only facade and replacing it with something that is way more powerful, genuine, reality based well being. So we'll explore how embracing all of your emotions, the good, the bad, and the just plain messy, is the actual key to building deep resilience and a life that feels good, not one that just looks good. So, what is this pressure to be upbeat all the time? Well, it actually has a name: toxic positivity. And it's the belief that no matter how awful a situation is, you should just slap a positive spin on it. This isn't healthy optimism. It's the denial of any real human emotion that isn't positive and cheerful. It's the friend who says, just look on the bright side after you just lost your job. Or that endless scroll of hashtag good vibes only that make you feel defective for having a bad day. And this has some serious consequences. So psychologists point out several ways this emotional performance can harm us. First, emotional suppression. That's when you force yourself to be happy. You aren't magically erasing your sadness or anger. You're just hiding it, ignoring it, shoving it down. So think of it like this. It's like holding a beach ball underwater. It takes a ton of energy to push it down, but the second you lose your grip on that ball, it is going flying out of the water with even more force than it took to hold it down. So suppressing your emotions doesn't make them go away. It just lets them build up inside, leading to more stress, more anxiety, and even physical problems. There's this one study that I read that described this as making our nervous system feel like it's under siege. While you might look cool, calm, and collected on the outside, on the inside, there's a storm brewing. Second, faking happiness, it breeds disconnection. You can't truly connect with yourself or others if you're hiding how you feel behind some wall. It's isolating. And then when someone hits you with that toxic positivity, it can feel like this weird form of gaslighting. And it sends this quiet message that your feelings are wrong or over the top. And this makes you feel ashamed, and you start to doubt yourself, thinking, well, maybe I am overreacting, or I shouldn't be this upset. But this doesn't just hurt your relationships with others. It wrecks the relationship you have with yourself. And then finally, faking it keeps you from growing. Your emotions, no matter how difficult, they're not your enemy. They're your teachers. Because sadness shows you what you value and what you've lost. Anger, it points out where your boundaries were crossed. And then anxiety flags a potential threat that needs your attention. Every emotion, every single one of them has something to teach you. These feelings, these emotions, they're just data. By ignoring them, With the forced smile, you rob yourself of the chance to learn what they have to teach you. You never build the real coping skills and the resilience that come through moving through a tough time. You can't build them by pretending that it doesn't exist. It just keeps you stuck. It stunts your growth. I'm Kira, and this is Love Rising. If this is hitting home and you felt that exhaustion of keeping up the happy act, just take a second and comment below. I'm done faking. And it's not for the algorithm. It's for you. It's your declaration to yourself that you're ready for something real. And a chance to see that you're not the only one. Because you're not. You're not alone. So if faking it is the problem, what's the solution? Well, it's not to become a pessimist or to wallow in your own misery. That's not it. The goal is to build authentic well-being, which has a space for the whole human experience. It's about being emotionally honest. And this takes a conscious shift. So I'm going to offer you 4 practical steps that you can start with today to move from faking it to finding something real. So step 1, radical honesty. So first things first, you have to give yourself permission to feel whatever you're feeling without judgment. And this is called radical acceptance. And it doesn't mean you have to like the feeling or approve of the situation. It just means that you have to stop fighting reality. And you simply acknowledge what's going on inside of you. So when a wave of sadness hits, instead of telling yourself, I need to cheer up, just try observing it. Say, okay, sadness, you're here. And then notice where you feel it in your body. Because when you accept your emotions instead of fighting them, you strip them of their power to control you. And study after study shows that people who practice acceptance have a better handle on stress and report better mental health. It's a paradox, I know, but it's true. Letting the feeling in is what helps it pass more quickly. And step 2, change your emotional language. So how you talk to yourself about your feelings is a game changer. Toxic positivity speaks a language of dismissal, where authentic well-being speaks a language of validation. So start listening to your self-talk. Are you saying things like, I shouldn't feel this way, or just get over it? Well, that's the voice of suppression. Try replacing it with something more compassionate. Instead of, don't be anxious, try, it makes sense that I'm anxious about this. And you know what? That's okay. Instead of saying, I'm weak for feeling this sad. Instead, try saying, yep, this hurts. And I'm going to be gentle with myself about it. And this works for supporting others too. So when a friend is struggling, fight that urge to offer that cheap platitude. Replace look on the bright side with, that sounds hard. I'm here for you. Swap everything happens for a reason for, let's just sit with this. What do you need? That's how you build real empathy and create spaces where it's safe to be human. Step 3, that's to embrace a new way of thinking. And I get it. Life is messy and complicated, and nothing's black and white. And faking happiness, it traps you in this either or thinking mindset. You're either happy or you're sad. Well, authentic well-being thrives on this both ands mindset. So you can be grieving a loss and grateful for the memories. You can be stressed out about a project and hopeful about the outcome. And you can be disappointed in yourself and be proud that you tried. So this mindset is freeing because it honors the complexity of life. And it recognizes that difficult feelings and positive ones can and do exist at the same time. So this is the bedrock of resilience, because it has the ability to hold both pain and hope at the same time. So look for places in your life where you can apply this. Acknowledge the struggle and look for the strength. This isn't being negative, it's being realistic. And step 4, seek meaning, not just happiness. Because chasing happiness as a 24/7 state of being is a recipe for disappointment. It's guaranteed. So a much more durable and fulfilling path is the pursuit of meaning. So there's the psychologist and Holocaust survivor, Viktor Frankl. I'm not sure if I'm saying his last name right, so I'm sorry if I'm not, but he argued that our main drive in life isn't to feel good, but to find a sense of purpose. So this means finding meaning even in our suffering. So this changes the question from how can I be happy right now to what can I learn from this? Or how can I act in a way that aligns with my values? You see, this approach doesn't ignore the pain. It uses it. It puts you back in the driver's seat by focusing on what you can control. And that's the way you respond. Happiness then just becomes a welcome visitor, a byproduct of a meaningful life, not the all-consuming goal. When you focus on your values, on growing, and on connecting with others, moments of genuine joy show up. They aren't forced or fake. They're earned. So let's stop the performance. Let's give ourselves the permission slip to just be human. True well-being isn't about hiding behind a mask of relentless positivity. It's about having the courage to take the mask off and be present for whatever is true for you in the moment. It's about building a life that is emotionally honest and not just Instagram perfect. So this path from faking happiness to finding authentic well-being, it's a practice, and it requires patience and a ton of self-compassion. But it leads to real strength, deep connections, and a quiet, steady sense of peace that no forced smile could ever come close to. It's the difference between a life that looks good and a life that actually feels good from the inside out. So if this message resonated with you, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Let love rise.